Let's run it. Hey, hey,
you know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You say that bitch again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that bitch again. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your tail out. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get your tail out. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get the fuck on.
Hey. Hey.
What the hell was going on over here, boy?
I don't know, but we gotta fix it.
Nah.
Give me my flowers.
It ain't nothing major. Swab with a deal. Happy Air Max Day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Happy Air Max Day to all the sneakerheads out there. Hopefully you pulled out something fresh. I went with the Army Green Vapor Max Plus for those of you who are inclined to know what that is. Yeah, you got to put a little something together when it's time to put it together.
While I'm waiting on my electric green Vapor Max 21s.
I almost wore those today too.
Just while I'm waiting on those to arrive, I picked up a black, white, and fluorescent light.
Wait, you mean these? Is this what you're waiting for? Is this what you're waiting? Is this what you're waiting for to come in the mail?
You stunt. That would be those. It would be those. Yes, sir.
They should have never gave you video.
None of us.
Never.
But it's so late. But I was taking mine off. But I had to break in my my Spank pair of charcoal white and highlighter green Air Max 2090s. On them.
Spank pair.
Spank.
I need you to define this because I'm not familiar with
Spank as a brand spanking new.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Because I was like, wait.
If you ever hear me say spank, that means brand spanking new.
Okay, I was going to say that's a new spin on sneaker porn. I was like,
what? You have me way too active. I spent way too much money last week on sneakers.
I'm tired of people blaming me for me showing them the light.
I'm too old to be. You see this? I didn't get this by peer pressure at all.
So exactly. So if you didn't get that by peer pressure and you have all that wisdom, how can I be to blame for what you've done?
If you weren't influencing me on my sneaker culture, I would not have gone out and made these extraneous purchases.
Number one, I lead by example. Number two, if all of your friends jumped off of a bridge, would you do it too? Or would you try to figure out why they're jumping?
Considering this is IMOC, the answer to your question is...
I mean, all I'm saying is everybody who wants to have sneakers should have that ability, and I respect the right to choose.
All right.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about this, and I, honestly, I don't take any responsibility for it either.
Well, be that as it may.
As it is, I'm not taking responsibility for it.
We have upon ourselves.
Mari, I am not the father.
Absolutely.
Period. Great up, Shad.
Man, I just had this link, Swab, and I'm probably going to need it again because right now only Wow.
I just want to be able to have the first one.
You're a child. All right.
I'm young at heart. Don't do that.
I pulled up the website link.
You like websites?
I do.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I find them information.
They are definitely informational. We have upon ourselves for the 6th time. This is our 6th time. Oh, I'm sorry. It's our 6th time predicting our 5th. You know who ain't gonna win for WrestleMania. I'm quite happy about that.
Oh, so this is season 5's kickoff.
This is the kickoff. This is how it all started right here.
Happy 5th to you, bro.
5 times. On your forehead, pause. We have WrestleMania 39, nights 1 and 2. We don't know the match order. We just know we have matches. Will this be the final card? Who knows? Who cares? We gonna run this card right now.
What do you always tell me in these situations? Cards subject to change.
Absolutely. Not only that, Suave.
This is a spiffy ass hat I got.
This is the first time. I mean, I think I have the same one. This is the first time that we're doing this on video.
Mm-hmm.
Full blown WrestleMania. You know who ain't gonna win on video.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna find some fly stuff to add to the already fly stuff going on. Do you see these colors and these backgrounds popping? Like it's an infusion of cash around here. It feels like Ted DiBiase just said, you know what? Go live your life.
If you're unfamiliar with the product, BrokenPencilBC.com. Here's the website. Gives you all the links to the podcast, audio links, things of that nature. But we're bringing this to you now.
At Broken Pencil BC on everything.
Everything. And we also are doing this. So you know who ain't gonna win is a little bit different prediction show. This is it's exactly what it says. We tell you who ain't gonna win. We're predicting the losers.
So this is not a situation where we're always like these are not picks from the heart. These are not heart picks. This is us looking at the situation, examining the landscape, and using logic.
Broken pencil logic.
Yes. And giving you a little bit of common sense. Like there's just certain things that aren't going to happen. Like somebody might want to predict like Ricochet is going to go off the air as the Universal and WWE Undisputed Champion. Would be the coolest shit of all time if you could actually get to that. But no.
With the gambling on the table this year, I don't think that's going to happen.
Are they gambling already? There's no way we're gambling already because that would be the dumbest thing in the world.
It's already been talked about as being the dumbest thing to even talk about gambling on professional wrestling. I digress.
It is. But I mean, people gamble on the ends of television shows. Like they're just trying to legalize it. There's always some back channel way to gamble if you really want to do it.
Spoiler alert. If you're talking about gambling or professional wrestling, you're giving the creative control, all the credence, all the creative license to change things on the fly. We call it Omaha, an audible, if you will.
Omaha. Shout out to Peyton Manning. But here's the thing. Hit it one time.
If I can get the damn button.
Here's the thing.
There we go.
So here's my question. The fact that gambling would cause the writers and bookers to kind of make decisions on the fly, could that make for a better watching experience for those who are not necessarily gambling?
It could.
Everything's not as predictable. You got to have multiple options for every storyline.
It's never been more unpredictable than it will be when you have legalized gambling in the mix of professional wrestling.
It depends. If you start gambling on Monday Night Raw matches, yeah, you need help. Dead ass. I need you to seek counseling.
But there's a select crowd who dwell within the confines of parents or family members' homes that are, of the non-working variety that have capital where they have access to direct capital that they can use to fund a habit, if you will. We don't want that. We want you to get help for that, but it's going to happen. People are going to be like, they're the smartest people in change rooms.
If you cannot get on DraftKings at this point today, if today you couldn't open a DraftKings account, set it up, and start betting parlays and doing fantasy NBA, fantasy NFL, you shouldn't be able to gamble on wrestling. It shouldn't be that accessible
at all.
Just there's going to be regulations involved just to safeguard the people that are dumber than the average bear.
The people that never changed rooms. All right, so all that out the way, let's run through in true BPBC form an edition of You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win.
Yeah.
First up, the battle for Mysterio. Dominic versus Ray Jr. And I'm calling him Jr. because that's what his name is. It's Ray Jr.
We don't call him that in Stanford, but I get what you're saying.
You know who it is.
I watched the old Nitro. I was watching just a couple of old Nitros just to switch up the content. I saw Rey Mysterio with no tattoos, and I was like, "Whoa, bro!"
Baby face Ray. He was truly baby face Ray.
And look, he had the set colors on too. So I'm gonna get the actual date because it's somewhere like it's right before Fall Brawl. I think it's the same episode where Sting turns on Luger. It's the episode where the NWO Sting jumps Luger outside in the parking lot in the rain. Right after that, Rey Mysterio wrestles Billy Kidman, and Billy Kidman looks like a 7-Eleven clerk. Like he looks that young. But Ray got the set colors on, and he has no ink at all.
At all.
It's crazy.
Great.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
I'm drinking yours and I'm drinking mine.
Ray versus Dom. Who ain't gonna win, Suave?
Ray ain't gonna win.
I like that. I like that. My problem with this is Ray is going into the Hall of Fame. There's absolutely no way, unless it's the retirement match, that they let Ray lose. So unless this becomes this week a retirement match, Ray ain't gonna win. But if it's not, I'm sorry, Dominic ain't gonna win. But if it becomes a retirement match, Ray ain't gonna win. So
follow me on this. It's not necessarily about Ray retiring or not. What did you just say Ray is doing? What is Ray doing that weekend?
Going into the Hall of Fame.
His career is cemented. What we're doing is we're building for the future. If we're building for the future, what better way to make sure that your son has a bragging point than to give him a win?
So LA is roughly 120 miles north of San Diego.
So that means the set gonna be in attendance.
But what's one thing that happens at home?
You always lose.
You don't win at home at all. That is a fact. So
that's a Stanford thing.
I'm gonna tell you who ain't gonna win. Someone with the last name Mysterio.
That's trash. Side bet. Does Conan get involved? Do we see Conan?
No, I don't think he gets involved.
I mean, ain't Conan doing the induction?
He is, but he's not in the best of health.
I didn't say he had to come in and do a Hurricane Rana. I didn't say none of that. I said, does he get involved? Do you get an appearance from Conan on well, this might be Saturday, this might be the opening match Sunday. Who knows? Do we see Conan during WrestleMania weekend? Is my question.
I think we see him during WrestleMania weekend. I'm just not sure if we see him interfere in the match.
If I see, look, aside from the Hall of Fame induction, if we see him during the WrestleMania card, I feel like it has to be in that situation.
Yo, here's how Conan. This is Broken Pencil Logic. Here's how you bring Conan out for the Ray match. Okay. As you know, you have the Hall of Fame, and I hate this for the match placement, but you know how you have the Hall of Fame inductees come out like usually like an hour 3, like a top of hour 3. You bring.
We're not getting the top of hour. We're not getting hour 3 like that no more. Like. Top of hour 3 for the old days would have been like, halfway through the pay-per-view, like this is almost the break spot. We don't have that anymore because we got 2 nights.
No, that happened last year. It happened the last 2 years. What are you talking about?
How long was the pay-per-view?
Each night was over 3 hours.
You said at the top, so they're not introducing the Hall of Fame right before the main event. That's usually the halfway point.
No. So like when I say over 3 hours, I mean like close to 4. Like it's an early start time. It's like it starts 1 hour earlier than normal.
We're saying the same thing. Here's what I'm saying to you. The placement of the Hall of Fame, when they bring the inductees out, that's typically halfway point of the show, right?
No, not halfway. It's because the main event is not always an hour. So
it doesn't have to be an hour, but you typically don't get that right before you get the build for the main event.
Okay, all right. Let's split the difference. 2 hours and 30 minutes in is when we get the Hall of Famers. Give them like
6-hour show.
Yeah. So what happens on both nights? They do it on both nights.
See, that's the overkill. We don't even have enough inductees to split this over 2 nights.
No, but still, they even last year they had all the inductees come out on both nights. You probably went to that.
That's extremely possible.
But yeah, they have all the inductees come out on both nights. So either way, whatever night the match is, which is probably going to be night 1.
Okay. I
say Ray's the last one that comes out because his match is coming up next. So you bring Ray out. Conan is already going to be in Gorilla, so why not send him down to the ring with Ray? And that's how you get Conan involved in the match right there. It's a simple setup for the match.
I like part of what you just said, that while Ray is out there, doing his wave to the people, Dom should jump his ass right there.
With all the Hall of Famers out there? That'd be stupid.
Yes. Why?
You don't think that any of them would jump? So who all is being inducted right now? We got Muda, we got Ray. Who else we got listed?
The ghost of Andy Kaufman. You're running out of people to
wait a minute. So that means they got to stack the deck this week?
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
God.
So now okay. So
right.
Batista may finally get his actual induction speech. He's already in the Hall of Fame though. So then Batista may come out and wave, which would also be really cool because Ray and Batista and Eddie all got
and they're
for a nominal fee.
I also don't do this.
Yeah. For a nominal fee.
Soon to be.
A phenomenal fee. We will slice off some of this broken pencil knowledge and put it on your plate.
Yes, Lord. Donation.
It's truly beautiful. It's truly beautiful. Yes, Lord.
So if you bring out Batista, Dominic definitely ain't gonna win. Dominic gonna get housed.
Why? Like why are we cheating? Why are we cheating Grape Street Dom from Grape? Why are we cheating him of that?
Well, I just thought about that because Dominic ain't coming out alone. Wow.
Dominic can get sunned. He can take all the bumps and the spots in the meantime of like Batista can scold him, Edge can get involved, whatever. But in the end, Dominic needs to steal a win so that we can further this man's career. What do we gain from beating Dom?
I'm not going to sit here for an hour and argue back and forth with you over Ray and Dominic. You got Ray ain't gonna win. I got Dominic ain't gonna win. Well, I'm starting.
We need to bet something in. That's how we settle disputes around here. Bet something.
We figure it out. We've already done supplies on demand.
Might need to do it again because yours. I don't feel like yours really ever took hold.
I'm not betting the beard. You can hang that up because I know
I'm never betting mine. Ain't no hair versus hair match business. Not in this territory.
If we ever do a hair versus hair match on the face, please believe
we won't. And I got hair. I've grown hair on my head way out again, so I'm not doing that either.
And please believe it's a work.
I'm good. Thanks for coming.
We'll figure it out another date, but I got you. So Suave has Ray
not winning.
Wood, not who ain't gonna win. Has Dom.
Yep. That's gonna be a real good conversation come Monday.
Yeah, I'm keeping this thread running. Who ain't going? See, this is how we do this. This is real time right here.
Now you get to see the process. Like, this is exactly how it happens.
This is exactly how it goes.
We bets, all type of stuff. Who's next?
Right. Next one is 4 explosive tag teams to compete in the men's WrestleMania showcase match. This is exactly what it says on E.
Can't you see the excitement on my face?
All right, who ain't gonna win, Suave? Braun Strowman and Ricochet. The SP, the State Prop Chain Gang, the Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and the artist formerly known as War Machine.
Anybody not named the Street Profits, and I am not confident in that choice at all. But I had to pick somebody.
So Braun and Ricochet have no value. In fact, this looks like a setup for Ricochet to beat Braun Strowman eventually in a singles match. Alpha Academy's done as Otis has become Otis on social media.
Think Otis gonna turn?
I don't know if he turns or walks away. Because he's already going to be the heavy for maximum male models.
He is a plus size model.
The heavy.
Show some respect for Otis.
And Viking Raiders, unless they're going back to ROH, they have nothing to offer me on WWE TV. So that leaves the Street Profits.
Now, I will say with Strowman and Ricochet, I'm not as dismissive of them as you are. I kind of bringing me back to thinking about, remember when Batista and Ray were a tag team? Like eventually you can get a split and you can get a situation where I would actually like it better if Ricochet was the heel. I think there's money in Ricochet being a heel with another heater same size.
You and I both said that before. Here's something else people aren't expecting.
What it is?
We've heard numerous times of the trajectory of Montez Ford. People forget about the pedigree of Angelo Dawkins.
Right, they do undervalue Dawkins.
What if there's a split there for that very reason?
Why? Neither one of them.
I don't agree.
There's no momentum, and that's just lazy booking. That's lazy. That's lazy. I'd rather you just throw them in Hurt Business 2.0 if you're just gonna do something. Don't do this. I think that move is spoken for there, sir. I'm just saying, don't do this.
I'm just a messenger. I got just you and I both have anybody not named Street Profits.
Run it.
All right.
I said sew it in.
A WrestleMania women's showcase match. And there has to be some implication on the line. Otherwise, this is just a waste.
We would think somebody get a title shot or something.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal. I don't know what the thing. Right now, we have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya and Shotzi, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and 2 playettes to be named later. Number one, who could that possibly be, considering Mercedes Moné and Naomi are no longer employed by WWE?
I mean, but how much money? I mean, we know there's enough money available to make anybody.
Oh, yes, you know this, sir.
So I wouldn't take that off the table, but there's a few too many different people who would have to get some type of pat on the back for that to happen.
To quote the great Ron Murray,
price just went up
on both of them.
Way up. So I don't know. Nia Jax and
nope. How about the Iconics?
No, sorry, I don't like it. I actually do like it. I take that back. I do like it.
For what you see on this card right here, you don't like the Iconics returning?
I just said it was. I mean, I like it, but not in this match. But I like them coming back. They would be the most entertaining entity off top, just without question.
Absolutely. Unless you sign a couple of like who could you get? Unless you're bringing somebody up from NXT, or I'm sorry, over from NXT. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like women's tag team wrestling is a thing,
especially in WWE.
Right. So you would be thinking about two singles wrestlers who are coming back to do some business. Now the Bella twins are now the Garcia twins, so you can cross them off
that shit up. Yeah.
That's it. You draw a line straight through them.
We've seen the last of them for quite some time.
The Funkadactyls, that's a no. I'm trying to think about who else is on the cast of Total Divas. Alicia Fox ain't coming back no time soon.
Eva Marie, she
need a tag team partner. Who would it be? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to be surprised like everybody else. I don't know.
Or maybe they'll throw us a curveball here on either on Raw or SmackDown this week. Who knows? All right.
Yeah, go home shows be like that.
I have winning this. I'm sorry, not winning this match. Anybody not named, the players to be named later. Unfortunately,
I'm gonna take anybody not named Rousey and Baszler.
Okay. Let's see here. Yes. And then Suave, not named.
Like, how much money are we gonna waste not using Ronda Rousey better than what we're doing?
I mean, considering the shit that she's saying on social media right now, I don't even know how much more we've got left of her.
She's in the tax bracket of somebody who can say, you know what, I don't need this job. I like this. I don't need this.
It's absolutely true.
So I'm gonna call a spade, and those are the kind of people that we need. So yes, kudos to you.
All right, and I'm sending these to you in groups of 3. So I don't know how many people are on the card. So pardon me for multiple messages. All right. Next up this is an easy one for me.
Another oof.
For the Intercontinental Championship, not an oof at all. It's going to be oof on some chess. Your champion, Walter. We call him Walter in our house.
Yeah. I'm not calling that other name. It's Walter.
Versus
the Ring General.
Versus 5-star Ring General. Versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in the triple threat match for the IC title. Suave ain't going to win.
Epidermis. Somebody's losing skin.
The only blood that needs to be shed in this match is off Sheamus's chest.
Look, I mean, so be it. So with that said, anybody not named Walter ain't gonna win.
Listen, Walter currently has the second longest Intercontinental title reign in WWE history.
Soon to be.
Number one, numero uno.
I see no reason whatsoever to end Walter's reign right now.
I don't care how young he is. I don't care how many times you have him winning the work rate championship. You can have him obliterate Honky Tonk Man's record. Anybody not named Walter is going to lose.
Well, we have to get ready for start building Walter. Oh, I'll explain it later. But Walter needs to be ready. Still Intercontinental Champion when Survivor Series come around. We got plans for him.
In a Hell in a Cell match at Mania.
Why is this in Hell in a Cell? Why?
It's the ultimate blow off.
You got 2 out of 3, right? Ultimate blow.
Hard? Pause?
Not quite.
Edge versus Finn Balor. Suave ain't gonna win.
Finn Balor.
Absolutely. Finn Balor will not win.
He hinted it's coming out as the Demon, which I think will be really cool with this whole Judgment Day motif with the purple and everything. And we do know for the most part the Demon was undefeated until the McMahon beats everybody at some point.
That's correct.
But yes, I would look forward to that to see how that goes. But yeah, it's Edge going over.
Yeah, it's Edge has had too much nonsense going on with this whole feud over the last couple of years. It's time to go ahead and end this thing the right way. This is definitely.
You see what I'm saying? This feud is really a year old, and we're saying over the last couple of years, like this has gone on forever.
Way too long. It's a blood feud. This is the NXT blood feud. It's happening on main roster television every quarter, not even like weekly or monthly. It's like a quarterly thing at a clip.
And the only reason I'm saying Finn Balor ain't gonna win is because I know this ain't Edge's last match.
Right.
His retirement match is gonna be in Canada, or whenever it is against whoever, it's gonna be in Canada.
They probably gonna have WrestleMania 41 in Toronto at Skydome,
bro. I'd actually go to that though. That'd be far.
They're overdue for a trip back, and that's the perfect time to go. The weather there should be perfect in March or even April for that matter. For bragging rights, Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Suave ain't gonna win. Harder than you thought, huh?
People without a sense of humor ain't going to win at all.
Absolutely.
Let me let you all understand something. Lesnar's not losing. And if you don't have a sense of humor about this, you are going to hate it.
Lesnar could lose via disqualification.
Lesnar could lose his bags in the airport. We're talking hypotheticals here, B. What are we doing, fam? What are we doing, fam? Like,
yo, that would be a hell of a story if that happened. 2 months in a row, 2 different promotions, top stars losing bags.
No. One's real, one's Memorex.
Sorry, Omos, you ain't gonna win, partner.
I mean, it's a great payday. Look. 2 years ago, I had Omos is like, okay, if we do this right, we've got the winner of the Royal Rumble and a WrestleMania main event. Obviously, things didn't pan out that way, but here's a chance for you to start righting the ship. I really do hope he has a great performance. I really do hope he has a great showing.
I really hope that we can get through this, through the rest of this card with some differences of opinion, because this is getting to be too easy.
I mean, some of this stuff, like, you can't even argue with, not even trying to have a sense of humor about it. It's like, you know damn well Omos is not beating Lesnar.
Absolutely.
He ain't.
And any
see, there's that betting. There's that betting. People would go in and all bet on Lesnar, and the next thing you know, Undertaker moment.
Or DQ. To throw everything the cheap way out.
See, that's why you can't get sucked in. You can't be out here betting the house
at all.
Can't do it. What's next?
6-woman tag team match: Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, and Lita versus Damage Control. Who ain't gonna win?
Damage Control. Gotta send the fans home happy.
I don't even know why we playing this with some of these matches.
You feel my level of excitement with this though. Like,
Damage Control ain't gonna win.
I mean, you know,
and unless here's a curveball, and I don't even know if anybody even wants to see this. Damage Control. I'm sorry. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch don't win with a Trish Stratus turn to set up another Trish Stratus versus Lita match.
No, thank you. I'm good. Now I'll take Damage Control with a fluke victory just to put them over some more, like give them some more momentum. Because two of those people aren't going to be there 2 weeks from Monday.
And what's crazy is one of them is going to be completely by herself, no friends in the building.
You see what I'm saying? There's only one of those people who's going to continually be on the show after the Raw, after WrestleMania.
Because she alienated herself on TV when she added Becky Lynch and when she added Lita and Trish Stratus to the picture. So I mean it fits, but at the same time, like who's going to help you now?
It's nostalgic, and I'm sure they'll figure out some sort of situation. We got it. Don't even worry about it.
For the Raw,
don't even worry about
championship. Champion Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Suave who ain't gonna win.
This one has me torn. Just because of the length of the title reign, Bianca ain't gonna win. And I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable with it. But if at this point she beats Asuka, what do you do next?
I don't know what you thought I was going to say, but for the exact same reason, I've already typed in my phone both Asuka. So I'm sorry. So both Bianca Belair ain't gonna win. And so it's
been a historic title run. So I guess this will be the time where we need to say she has the longest title reign of any African American competitor.
You might be right.
I had to do my Googles, but like it was some record she broke recently. So I mean, it's been a historic title reign for even more reasons than just the length of the reign. But
who better to make her not win than the person who is the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion?
Do we get some kind of finish where like there's somebody else involved and Asuka just doesn't beat her straight up?
Well, she's already gone dark.
No. What I'm saying is, like, you know how there's always like there'll be a debut or a return, and then that person is setting up a feud by costing Bianca the championship, like like they used to do wrestling back when you like to watch it a lot.
WrestleMania is far too big for that kind of chicanery in a main event caliber match.
That's usually where they do it.
Nah, you're not going to get a debut for a return at WrestleMania during a women's championship match. Like, I can't even think
it's been done with women before. Watch this. WrestleMania 9. Luna Vachon and Sherry Martel. It's been done.
This is 9. How many people were at 9?
Enough to fill up Caesar's Palace, or at least on the hard side of the camera.
About 16,000.
Hey, I mean, if you go by AEW numbers, that's probably right.
Oh my god!
No, for real, like because they filled up the MGM Grand, so
right,
yeah, about the same.
So for that reason alone, I don't think 16 versus 80. Like I don't think you want to send 80,000 people home on any given night, pissed off because Belair didn't lose straight up. I
mean, okay. WrestleMania is typically where you do stuff like that because you're trying to get a pop from the crowd. Henceforth, like Roddy Piper getting involved in Vince McMahon versus Hulk Hogan. Or
where? What when?
Huh?
When? What WrestleMania was that?
That's WrestleMania 20. Don't give me the line. 20. It's not 21. It's not 22. Is it 23? 23 is in Detroit, right?
Let's find
let me do my Googles.
The reason I ask is it is Detroit. Look at you. That's Detroit.
I'm just saying, bro, I ain't just another pretty face. Now, what were you gonna say about what does the WrestleMania that it happened at matter about the surprise?
I'm trying to see what the attendance was, and actually was the 5th highest. So if you say that, okay, all right.
Crowd makes you should know this. Crowd makes no difference in how Stanford gets booked. Ever.
I think we don't have the caliber or the brand recognition now that we did back in those days. And I don't think it would matter much, is what I'm saying. If you do that, I think you have more people upset than have them excited for whomever re-debuts.
You remember the Dave Chappelle skit about Pop Copy?
Yep.
Because fuck them, that's why. just chill. You know how this goes.
I'm not a fan, but I still have it.
Now you can absolutely say you're not a fan of it, but they're not above it. And more times than not, if they have a hot someone to debut, it either happens the night of WrestleMania or the night after.
I still have it with Belair not winning.
All right.
For the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, the Usos. Oh, should I hit the button, Suave?
Of course.
Okay. The Usos.
A whole lot of fucking gang shit.
One time for the set. Shout out OG Keith for putting us on.
Versus no longer Steenerico, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. KO Zania, if you will. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
I don't even want to say it. I just, it's gonna be a bad. It's gonna be a bad day for the set, just because finish the story narrative.
Just type it. Just type it. I can just say this, and it's not even me saying it, so I don't feel so bad. Rest in peace, Fink.
You know what? I know exactly what I can say. It's going to make me feel so much better about this. I'm going to laugh uncontrollably once KO turns on Sammy again. Because this is just one big loop. It's one big circle. It's going to happen at some point.
Whole career. And they may go in, their feud may go in the Hall of Fame. Why you should?
There is an opportunity. If you play this right, you could end up with Sammy versus Kevin next year at WrestleMania. And you probably could get a main event out of it if you played it right.
And regardless, because it spanned over multiple decades, over multiple companies, And multiple times within the WWE universe, their feud could legit go into the Hall of Fame once it's all said and done.
And I know there are a lot of rumors and different conjecture about what's going to be the main event of night one. I think this should be it.
The pop is going to be insane.
It's going to be something that I don't know if there's anybody that can follow that.
Well, they're going to try. We have 4 more to go. You ready?
Run it.
SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, Chick Flair, if you will, versus Rhea Ripley. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Charlotte. I ain't got nothing slick to say. Nothing funny. No humorous anecdote. It's time. Come on.
I love the fact that Charlotte is doing good business.
4 and 5. Come on.
But how many times is she going to hold the belt for 2 months?
That's not my concern. That is not my concern at all.
Just a question. Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Like these short title reigns that end up padding stats. I'm not here for that because
that's it. It's stat padding.
The last promo I heard Charlotte cut on SmackDown, it sounded like she was almost going back to being a heel. Like you're supposed to be an all-American babyface. Like what is going on here?
Trying her best. No disrespect intended. She's trying her best to tread on Big Show territory in which no one cares which direction you go.
That needs to start being a stat kept. How many turns has this person had in their career?
Hey,
since we on analytics. Hey, TK, this is what you need to start doing. The Conos need to start keeping track of how face and heel turns.
Hey, literally, you see us now. You see us. We got you. We can.
Just Zell me mine. I don't even want
sacks haven't always been a stat in the NFL. That's all I'm saying. They had to start somewhere.
Now it's a metric to get broke off.
You did.
All right. Next.
Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul.
There is no way Seth Rollins needs to take a L here. You know who ain't gonna win? Logan Paul.
And if he does win, you know who ain't gonna win? The fans. On that note, for the U.S. Championship, and actually, is it for the championship or is it just a match?
The championship of the United States, yes, it is for the title.
All right, Cena versus John Cena. Who we got, Suave? Who ain't gonna win?
I'm gonna take John.
I got John not winning either because
he don't need it.
Exactly, and the fact that the most relevant the U.S. title has been in WWE was under his watch. Now, if Cena beats him, he makes the title more relevant in his eyes. So
at some point, you have to invest in the future. You have to trust the people that you have on your roster that they can carry the ball. And you can't carry the ball if you never get the handoff.
What did Busta Rhymes say? You can't carry the torch, so why handle it?
He also said break your neck.
Break your neck.
You see what I'm saying?
All right. And finally, for our main event of the evening.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm not okay with this either.
A whole lot of fucking gang shit.
This is your daily acknowledgement. Your tribal chief, head of the table, and WWE Grand Champion Roman Reigns taking on the American Nightmare.
You the twos.
He the ones. Cody Rhodes. Suave. I hate to do this to you. Who ain't gonna win?
Me. I'm not gonna win because if my tribal chief is not able to pull this out of the fire, looks like he's gonna be on vacation for a little bit. He's gonna take a break.
Do me a favor, real quick.
What it is?
Check your text I just sent you.
And
a lot of times when WWE puts together a card like this, and I'll explain to the audience, to the pencil pusher massive, what I just did, what I just sent to you.
It is a
I'll explain.
Okay, you'll explain. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when the WWE puts together cards like this, they usually, because of the predictability of these cards, usually read out to be like a C- maybe a C to C plus on paper. But by the time it's all over and said and done with, we're pleasantly surprised with an A minus or an A product. Very rarely do we see a B plus or a B executed out of a card that looks like this on paper.
Mm-hmm.
This probably may be action-wise one of the best WrestleManias that we've seen since probably like 30 and or 32.
I hope everybody goes into that WrestleMania understanding that this makes or break whatever your future is going to be. You've got Austin Theory, you got Dominic Mysterio, you got Seth Rollins, you have all of these stars.
You have a Hell in a Cell match with a Hall of Famer and a future Hall of Famer.
Right. With the exception of Seth Rollins, you have the future. Like all of these people are under 35.
And I'm going to tell you, I could not stand Austin Theory until last year when he got completely buried post Vince. Non-Cena deserves it.
I don't even want to go back to thinking about how Austin Theory was handled even before the Vince sabbatical. But we'll focus on the future. You have an opportunity to make all that right April 2nd and 3rd when you get old John out of there. Non over John.
Now, that said, what I just sent to Suave was the last 10 matches with the predictions so that way we can keep track of how we do this, who ain't gonna win thing.
We get to keep everybody honest.
This is the first time we've had more than half the card, and by more than half, I mean 10 matches where we both said the same people would not win. For the main event, and the winner of and the person who ain't gonna win the WWE Universal Grand Championship. Think once again. Who ain't gonna win is
I just need you to do it right.
Fucking gang shit.
He's still your tribal chief and your head of the table.
Facts.
Never forget.
Don't ever disrespect me. Don't ever disrespect me. But yeah, just do it right.
Ever disrespect.
Just do it justice. Don't embarrass me in front of all these people. Corn dogs for all these people, Jackie.
Just make sure that if you do this, that you make sure that the person that walks out with those titles comes out on Monday and does not get booed out of the building. You don't want that smoke. Trust.
I think we've jumped the hurdle of Cody getting booed the next night. What I do think is there's a vocal part of the online wrestling community but they're so-called they're tired of this reign of Roman. You see what I did there?
I like that.
But those same people, I think it's going to be a lot like when Oldberg lost in 98 or 99. Like you thought you wanted to see it, and then when you see it, you're like, oh man, it's over. I think that's how it's going to be here with Roman's title reign.
Most definitely not false accusation.
We don't deal with them. But when everyone's like, oh, I'm ready for Roman to lose the title, then they come up with 1,000 reasons as why. And I'm like, bruh, you realize this man won a 2 out of 3 falls match with leukemia? And why are we hating on this man? Like, I want the title reign to last forever.
He came back to become benevolent.
Shout out to Keith Sweat. Make it last forever. Look, just know you're not going to have another chance to see 1,000-day title reign.
That's literally generational, once in a lifetime.
So if we jumping out the car on Roman now, just know we ain't got another shot at this. You're gonna have to live with it. So one, y'all gonna have to make sure that Cody's able to carry his water for about 6 months because the Chief going home.
He got to rest up.
And you better have some people for him to deal with in the meantime because the Chief's going home.
And when he come back, line him up.
When he come back, he might end up being the biggest face ever.
He also will be a special attraction. He's going to be the contract equivalent of the next Brock Lesnar. Trust.
Can you imagine the bloodline reforming as faces when they were already close to face status when Sami Zayn was appropriating the culture?
I want to see them reform as faces and expand upon the reuniting?
I mean, there's like 70 of them. Like, pick one.
Pick 2 or 3. I mean, there's one I have in mind.
I mean, there's a couple we all have in mind. It's just, are you gonna stop looking at his past criminal record?
You don't want the moon to come out for this one. That's all I'm saying.
And then there's that.
Show at BrokenPencilBC.com, BrokenPencilBC@gmail.com. That's at BrokenPencilBC on all things social, at BrokenPencilBC on what?
Everything.
Well, I've taken to the house.
Pencil pushers. How we looking here? You know what I'm saying? We getting busy right now. It's a whole new world. No Little Mermaid. Pencil pushers. Heads up. Pencils down.
We ain't done. We just getting started. Please tap in. Tell your people.
Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
All right, get that step right there.